Hello everybody, welcome to my shoebox adventures. I'm Steve, the happy camper. Happy today. Today I am at Saddle Mountain, Arizona. Saddle Mountain, free BLM camping, 14-day free camping, dispersed camping. You're just out in the desert, find a spot, camp. It's great. So I thought I'd share with you this location today, and of course while we're looking at Saddle Mountain, I'll answer a question that I've gotten many times, or I'll try to anyway. So let me get out of the shot like I always do. And here's what we got. Saddle Mountain. Now this place is huge. This is BLM land, and all the land around this mountain is all free dispersed camping. And there are all these little dirt roads that crisscross this. They come off the main road and go up. And there's one dirt road that goes all the way around the mountain. I think on the other side of that, there's supposed to be great rock hounding, especially on the other side of that. There's something called a fire agate, maybe, that you can find out here. It's rare. Anyway, a lot of people go rock hounding. I've seen a few people with buckets, and they're looking at the ground and walking around, probably looking for rocks. Yeah, it's a neat place. There's a lot of cactus, as you can see. Here's that fabulous road I came in on. We'll talk about that later. So here's the spot I picked. Here's my setup this time. There's no Napier tent on the back of my Runaway this time. Only here for a couple of nights. Got in late last night. Had a little glitch. I had pre-scouted this location. Just in the truck one day, I got here and drove 4 hours all around here. And of course, 4 hours, you can't really drive all around here. But I found two great spots. One was up high. It was way over there by that little nub that's sticking up, if you can see it, I don't know. That was my first choice. Great view, high altitude. Then I found a nice spot down low on a different dirt road that was nice and flat and clean. It had these flat, clean rocks for a surface, for a floor surface, no dirt. I like that one. That was going to be my backup. So I got out here late, no problem. Don't need to get here early because I wanted everybody to leave. It was Sunday night, and I wanted to, I already have my spot picked out. This is going to be quick. Wrong. There were two people in my high altitude spot. I was very upset about that. I thought I could squeeze in there, but I don't want to do that to them. Didn't want to do that to them. I wouldn't appreciate it, if somebody came and cut my 100 yards between people to 50 yards, or my 60 yards to 30 yards, whatever it would have been, or less. So, drove to my second spot. Okay, that's no problem. We'll go there. Wrong again. Somebody there. And this guy had a horse trailer and horses. Now, my exact spot that I had picked, it was available. I could have pulled in there and camped. But I've been really close to the guy with the horses. And he had nobody around him. Total silence. Bad etiquette. I wouldn't want anybody to do that to me. I drove on. So I came west. I've never been up this road, and just took a left into the BLM land. Took a gamble. I came up here. Road bad, as you can see. Ruts, rocks, narrow. And I stopped here. Now, I could have continued on. You can see it goes up here. I could have continued on, but it's not really a great road for backing up or turning around. And it was getting late. So I've got some altitude here. I'm pretty close, and I've got some really good hiking close by. I can climb up there and get a view. I can get some exercise. Look at that. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. A lot of rocks on the ground, so it's not ideal. And I backed in. I'll show you. I get my rig again. I backed in, and we'll take a walk. And there's a lot of rocks on the ground, and people have been here before. This wasn't the ideal location, but I love to camp, and I can figure out a way to make it work. So that's what we're doing. You like my solar truck? I got the solar option on the Chevy there. Oh, golly. No, I'm charging up my batteries. No generator needed. It's a beautiful solar day. These are cranking it. My batteries are all full. My refrigerator's in the truck. It's got pass-through. My battery's got pass-through charging, so it's at 100%. The refrigerator's just running off the panels now. So all is good in the neighborhood. So here we go. Here's my setup. A little bit different this time. The awning works. If you watch my earlier videos, you'll know that I set this awning up at Bartlett Lake on my very first trip, and I didn't do this. See these nice orange tie downs for the corners. I didn't get to that. I had them out. I was gonna do it, and a gust of wind came up and blew this whole awning back and over the top of the camper to the other side. and broke the hinges in there. So we're like, okay, that was great. That outing lasted about an hour. And I had to get some new hinges and put them in. And so now it's up and running again. And if you get an awning, important safety tip, put these up right away. You know, secure it down so the wind can't take it away from you. Anyway, so I love that thing. Quick to set up. I know I'm one guy, so anything one person can do is good. And now here's my Runaway without the tent. If you saw my other videos, I've got a tent that wraps around the back of this, and then I can go from the camper to my tent. This would be my little house in here. It's a 10 by 10 by 7 foot high tent. It's beautiful. It seals out the weather. The weather here's fine. I don't need the tent today. And I've got of course, you know what that's for. That's for showers. That's for changing. And for whatever else I might want to do in there. Here's my stargazing chair, my sanitation station for dishes and whatnot over there. I've got my solo stove here for my fire at night. One of the things I didn't like about this spot was previous people have kind of made this big mess. They, you know, this is their fire area here. That's all right. And the rocks are a little bit of a pain. I would have liked to have found a different spot, but it's not all that bad. I got my own saguaro here. It's all good. Now, let me answer a question if I can. People have asked me, I'm back. People have asked me, Steve, why did you buy a Runaway camper? There's so many campers you can get. Why did you buy the Runaway camper? Why did you buy this little cool camp? Okay, there were things that I had to have in my camper selection. First of all, the only reason I have a camper, I've been tent camping my whole life, perfectly happy to tent camp. But I like to camp all the time. I like to camp everywhere. And I'm in my tent where was I? Lake Pleasant. Yeah, Lake Pleasant, Arizona. And it was hot, you know, and I'm in the water on my paddleboard, and during the day it's fine. You're in the lake, you're playing. If you get hot, you get back in the lake. But at night, if the temperature doesn't drop enough, it's miserable, sleeping all sweaty and nasty, and that's what happened to me. It got really hot. I made my reservation weeks in advance. You know how we have to do that. Again, this is a place where you reserve a spot right on the lake. And I couldn't sleep, but I could hear the gentle purr of generators in the distance. And I knew those people were sleeping wonderfully comfortable in their air-conditioned unit, their little camper or their trailer, whatever they had. And I made the decision right then, look, okay, I got to get off the ground, and I want air conditioning. Got to have air conditioning. So started my search for a trailer. I searched and searched, not to make a long story even longer. They're expensive. It had to fit in my garage, so it had to be small. Had to be small, have air conditioning, and it had to be affordable. Okay, now here's the big glitch. I found a lot of trailers that were great, but they were, you know, $22,000, $16,000 used. I didn't have that much money, you know. So my son sent me a picture of this Runaway, that one right there, the cool camp. Some guy was selling. It was basically a cargo trailer, right? There's a couple of windows, a couple of doors, and an air conditioner on it, and it's empty inside. There's no bed, there's no TV, there's no cabinets, there's nothing. And so we all had a good laugh. Yeah, that's funny. That's a cargo trailer. And then I thought about it. That's exactly what I need, and the price is right. So I went online. I went to runaway.com, found out all about them. These are quality trailers. There's no wood anymore. This is all composite. It's a one-piece roof. It will not leak. And they're light, 580 pounds for this bad boy. Now, I had a Subaru. Did I already mention that? I tend to repeat myself. I had a Subaru, and I didn't want to sell my Subaru. I love my Subaru, and my Subaru would only pull 1,500 pounds. And let me kill the music here. That might be interfering with my fabulous banter. Okay, so my Subaru would only pull 1,500. That was paid for, you know, and I'm good. So I was looking for a light trailer. Here we go. What else? I got the air conditioning. It's got to fit in the garage, and the price. The brand new. You can get this for $5,300 brand new. So I saved and saved and saved. Saved my money, right? And then I had enough money to buy it, and I went to order it. Now, what I didn't anticipate, and I should have known this, everybody wants one of these things for all the same reasons I just stated. They don't want to sell their car to buy some giant towing thing, and they don't want to spend a fortune, and they don't have a place to put it. They don't want to pay to store it, and they can't leave it in the driveway because everybody's got a homeowners association that's unreasonable. And even if they're not unreasonable, you leave it in the driveway, and you wake up in the morning and it's gone. So you got to put it in the garage. There was a 5 to 6 months waiting list. So I'm looking for a used one and looking for a used one, thinking I don't have to wait, and let me find a used one. Yeah, 2 months went by, no used one. So I gave him my $500 deposit, and then Murphy's Law. A week later, I find one used, a 2021 used, and that's what I've got right now. So everything worked out. Lost my $500 deposit, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. I got a bargain on this one, brand new. There you go. So what I've found since I bought it, another reason I love this thing. Oh, did you see that road we came in on? Let's well, I'm not going to walk all the way back. That was a nasty road. A lot of big rigs. If you have a big rig, if you have, you know, and it doesn't have to be that big, it's not going to come in. You can't even get up here to where I am right now. You can't get up here because your rig's too big. So when I came up this road, actually there were a couple of spots where I was worried that I was gonna, you know, there was a big wash. I had to go down into the wash and then back up, and I couldn't even see over the hood, and I thought I'd lose my license plate and maybe bottom out my trailer. No, Runaway did just fine, and it's, you know, as you can see, it's not like it's got a million miles of ground clearance down there, but it did great. Nothing hit, didn't lose my license plate. I don't think the license plate even hit. So there's another reason to get a small trailer, because you can take it places you can't take a big trailer. A lot of places where you think you can only tent camp, you can still take this trailer. Bonus right there. And it's just a bed in a box. That's why I call it my shoe box. It's pretty small. I've got my air conditioner there. I've got my heater up there, which you probably can't see. This morning I had my, you know, my Mylan Jackery type unit there that powers my electric blanket and my heater. So the heater was off all night, had the windows open. I love the fresh air. Electric blanket, goose down comforter, goose down comforter. Warm, goose down pillow, warm. In the morning, I closed the windows, fired up the heater, warmed up the